We came from Dublin to London when we were just new graduates, and we both worked in the office of James Stirling. And I don't know that we would be doing the kind of work we're doing if we hadn't worked with Stirling. Not so much that we're trying to build buildings like Stirling, but I think he gave us the kind of courage to believe that we could make work which wasn't the usual sort of work.
We wanted to try and think about, to try and pull together the kind of people whose work and whose thoughts and whose writings had inspired us. And in fact that breaks into two themes. Working in Ireland, which is an island on the edge of Europe, we were very aware that our world of culture and influence is way beyond the field of architecture, that we're very influenced by writers, by artists, by sculptors, by poets, and that in a sense the work we do wouldn't be the same if we didn't have those kind of cultural connections with people from other fields. So we started thinking about making what we called originally a field of affinities, and eventually we made a kind of table of affinities, which is here in the exhibition, where we tried to pull together strands and themes of overlap and influence with those people outside the field of architecture. But simultaneously we also were thinking about the influence of architects and architecture in other places and in other times. So we wanted to more directly make work of our own, which is this set of models on the shelf, which summarises and extracts aspects and similarities of the work of architects who have inspired us and with whom we have a sense of affinity.
The second aspect, or rather our interpretation of it, of Common Ground, was the setting of the Corteria itself as a place for architecture, as a kind of necessary conversation between something new and something old. We specifically responded to David's invitation by saying, put us here with the old brick. There's different histories involved in this building. One, I was thinking about Dante's Inferno and the description of the ships that were built here and the kind of vessels that were wintering while they were being repaired and rebuilt. And we got thinking about this term of a vessel being appropriate to the situation of the Arsenale. So we had our own kind of autobiographical interest in the place, and we were trying to make something for the place that would speak back to the place. So we thought about this theme of vessel as a container, which is what all these structures are trying to do.
We're very interested in context, and we're interested in context not just physical but also historical and cultural, etc. So we spend a lot of time immersing ourselves in every aspect of the context of a project before we start, and in a way then we try to embody something about the use and something about the place, or maybe even the physical material quality of the place, the culture of building in a place. We sometimes use the word strangely familiar. We like our buildings to feel strangely familiar, which means on the one hand they belong in the place they're in, but they have a kind of strangeness because they're new and because they're special and because they're about their function. But I think we would specifically resist the idea that we have a style.